Sagittarius. My name is Eddie. If you don't know already, welcome to Social Dragonfly Tarot. This is going to be the Know Thyself reading. So this is a shadow work reading, okay? This reading is timeless. It is general. So you know how it's going to resonate for you. But this reading, I'm just going to go ahead and warn you, this reading might trigger you, okay? Some of the messages that come out here might be blunt. They might be, something that offends you or triggers you. However, that is not my intention. Spirit has instructed me to do these readings, these shadow work readings, with the intention of bringing forth the energies, the patterns, the subconscious programming that you might be working on healing at this time. And my intention for this reading is to bring forth the messages that will help you be your best self. Okay, so Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get started. So I just heard hiccups. I heard hiccups. And then I heard tension. Okay. Alright, Spirit, what is the message for the highest and greatest good of Sagittarius, please? The overall energy that they need to work on. I'm feeling that deep down in your heart, there is a compartment. It's like a compartmentalized energy, Sagittarius, that is shut off from the rest of the world. Because at first I felt like you had this really open heart. Okay. And then I started to feel closed off again. Almost as if there's like you've opened up, you've done a lot of work, but there's a part of you that a part of your heart that is almost compartmentalized, that either you're not aware of, that there's a density there, or that there is a knot there energetically. Okay? So I feel like you may not even be aware of this, and that's what these readings are about, is to help us become aware of those things that we need to heal. Okay. All right. So we have self-righteousness, and it says, it is important to cast doubts aside and believe in all the reasons behind our actions. However, by believing However, by believing that only our own opinions are right and those of others are wrong, we enter the shadow zone. Interesting. So first and foremost, I think it's pretty interesting that the word doubt is here. And we have doubt that's at the top of the deck here. Okay, so I'm going to read this again. It says, self-righteousness. It is important to cast doubts aside and believe in all the reasons behind our actions. However, by believing that only our opinions are right and those of others are wrong, we enter the shadow zone. When we disapprove of the views of others just because they differ from ours, we get dragged into the field of false morality, judgment, hypocrisy, and narrow-mindedness. Ask yourself, do I display self-righteous behaviors? Why? What is my attitude towards people with different beliefs and lifestyles? How do I react to people who demonstrate self-righteousness towards me? The affirmation for this energy is, I am grounded in my beliefs, and at the same time, I am open and accepting of the opinions of others. There are many different paths that lead to the light. Okay. So we have self-righteousness here. It's interesting how I was feeling the heart chakra, and we have this green energy here, the green color here on this card. So I feel like there's some part of yourself, in the collective, I'm picking this up, okay? Generally in the collective, what I'm getting here is that there's an energy that I've been seeing in my personal readings, in my readings that I've been doing for myself, in the relationships that I have in my personal life, I'm seeing that there's a common theme of mirroring going on right now. Mirroring in the sense that the parts of you that you were not able to see clearly, the ways that maybe you were sabotaging yourself or the ways that you're holding yourself back, I feel as though you're going to come across someone who will be able to tell you, if it's not me, right? Someone in your reality who will be able to mirror back to you and tell you, hey, I see it clearly, that this is the mistake that you're making. This is the pattern that you're acting out. This is the program that I see you running. That you, even though you have these intentions and you're trying to be one way and you're trying as hard as you can, to come off as one way or to be truthful to yourself in one way, there's like whatever is being hidden from the self, right, is being illuminated to you by means of someone else coming and seeing it from a different perspective, because this person is outside of you, right? So they're able to see things a little bit differently. Okay, because sometimes we can be a little narrow-minded if we're only seeing it from the view that we have while we're in it. Okay, if that makes sense. So I'm seeing that there's someone else that may have come along and said something to you, Sagittarius, that about, well, here's your trouble, or here's the issue, or this is what I see is going on, or this is what I see the issue is here. And maybe you got a little bit offended. Maybe you got a little bit offended by the feedback that you got or the viewpoint that this individual conveyed to you. Okay. And I feel like maybe you took this as more of an attack, right? An attack or, maybe an attack or like they were trying to take you down a few notches. I don't really see that that's how this is. Okay. Others of you, this is an energy of maybe viewing the way that you are handling a situation is the only right way to handle a situation. Okay. I will get a card later on at the end to see about what crystal could help you with these energies. Okay. I'm going to use this deck because it has the chakras on it. I've been using this one a lot lately. I don't necessarily agree with all of the interpretations of the card. There's a lot of like spelling and grammar issues with it, and some of the meanings I don't necessarily take as 100% what I would view the card as a reader, but it does have the chakras on it, so I do like that. And the planets. Okay. All right, Spirit. So please tell me about the situation here for Sagittarius. What's the situation here, please? One card. Okay. All right, so there might have been a little bit of rejection here. I feel like with this being the throat chakra energy, the Five of Pentacles, this is like a rejection energy that I'm getting. Someone might have rejected your idea, rejected your idea of self. So, the way that others see you, Sagittarius, is not the way that you see yourself right now. You may have felt rejected or maybe even a little bit abandoned, like someone didn't come to your rescue or someone didn't agree with you, and that might have triggered you very much so. Okay. This is Mercury energy, so this does have to do with communication. This being this being Taurus energy also, I'm feeling it has to do with your self-worth. I feel like this negatively affected your self-worth with whoever said this or did this, okay? And it's almost like there's the energy that comes up of, excuse me? Like, I'm not wrong, you're wrong. Like, almost like, how dare you view me as that way? How dare you view me that way? Okay? Okay. So I'm going to put those back because I wasn't specifically asking. Okay. Tell me about the challenge, please. Tell me about the challenge. Yep, so this wanted to come out sideways. So this is challenging your self-esteem, your stability. Okay. I feel like everything that you, with the Ten of Cups here, I feel like this is everything about the way that you connected with other people, the way that you viewed yourself, like you were happy with your growth, you were happy with the way that you were moving, the way that you were, the decisions that you were making, how you were choosing to connect with others. I feel as though your happy ever after was challenged here. Okay. Some of you, the Ten of Cups being the challenge here, Sagittarius, there's a fear surrounding connecting with other people, right? And that's what I was getting with this heart chakra energy of you. This wanted to come out sideways. The Ten of Cups is generally, it's an energy of like happiness and fulfillment, right? And feeling a full-hearted, loving energy, okay? Being able to have like a marriage or family, happy family, having a connection or gathering with other individuals. This is heavy on an energy of connecting with other individuals. So the challenge for you could be around how you connect with other people, that you want that connection. I feel that you deeply want that connection with other people, but I feel like there's a fear of rejection that keeps you from connecting with others. Okay? There's a fear of rejection. There's a fear of abandonment. There's a fear of an attack here, connecting with other people here, okay? And I see that this is like, and it's all with the Tower in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of Pisces energies here, because right under that we do have the Hanged Man. I see that there's going to be someone here that's going to point out that you might push people away, okay, Sagittarius, that you might push people away, or that you might be lying to yourself about how happy you are, how fulfilled you are, when deep down there might be some loneliness there in regards to what you truly want, what would truly make you happy, right? What would truly make you happy? Yep, Queen of Swords. So I'm speaking the truth here. And, you know, I feel like your intuition is telling you, it's telling you to connect, but there's like an energy of keeping people at a distance, or maybe coming off cold and using a sense of self-worth here as your reason for not connecting with others. You know, like almost saying like, if this is an energy of like relationships or love, like turning down suitors left and right because you've been hurt in the past, and also because maybe you have done a lot of work on your self-esteem, and I do see that here. But maybe just feeling like, you know, it's like you use the excuse of one little thing, you latch onto whatever one little thing it is, if this has to do with love, that maybe is not the greatest turn on for you, or it's like you make an excuse as for a reason to distance yourself from this person, when in reality the real reason why you're refusing to connect with this person, even though you know you deeply want to, because there's a sense of loneliness here, in reality it's coming from a deep sense of woundedness and feeling like you're afraid to connect, and you're saying that it's because you know your worth. You're saying that it's because you know that you could find someone better, or that you deserve better. However, you know, there's options that you're passing up. There's opportunities for connection, for happiness, for fulfillment and abundance that you're passing up because of either differences, right? It could be religious differences, it could be political differences, or because of basically lying to yourself and saying that, you know, you're better than them, okay? Like I said, this reading could be I'm probably going to get thumbs down and shit like that on it. I don't really care. This is what Spirit has instructed me to do. I mean, I could sit here and tell you that your ex is coming back and things like that, but that's not going to help you grow, right? And I'm not one of those tarot readers that's going to sit here and give readings that are not going to help the collective. I move from my heart space, and this is what Spirit has called me to do. So these are for my individuals who can put their big boy and big girl panties and big boy underwear on and face themselves. Okay, this is the Know Thyself reading. So what's the guidance here? Yeah, I feel like the guidance here is to tame your ego, right? Devil in reverse and the Eight of Wands, and not hold yourself back. There's someone here who you might have ghosted someone or left them out in the cold because of a difference, right? Because of something that was communicated. Okay, there was like a difference between viewpoints here. It could be anything. It could be political, it could be religious, it could be anything like that. Okay, you may have blocked them or something like that, or you may have viewed them as toxic, or maybe falsely judged them or falsely judged the situation. And Spirit is calling for you to, so all right, so the Devil is like, this is like that energy of whatever I felt was like that restricted energy that I felt. Okay? In the heart space. They want you to free that up and they want you to let that out. So really getting honest with yourself, maybe doing a little journaling, maybe doing a little communicating and saying to this person, well, I don't agree. I don't feel like that's, my path that I want to take. I feel like I've chosen a different path in life. However, I'm open to seeing it from your point of view. Okay. And I feel like this is just releasing a restriction, releasing a fear also. The Devil can also be fear with this root chakra energy. And releasing a little bit of a strictness here. And if this is about, they want you to be open to communicating to other people. And they don't want you to always take what's being communicated to you as being offensive or angry, or this is like taming the ego, right? Releasing the fear. You're not being attacked, right? Just being able to see things from a different perspective. This is Mercury and Sagittarius energy. So this is, and also solar plexus, and that is where the ego is. Some of you guys, there's anger that I'm feeling too. It's almost like there's anger in regards to how you were viewed or something, and they want you to put down that burden and not try to restrict how you're viewed by other people, because does it really matter how you're viewed by other people, right? All that matters is how you view yourself. And some of you with this Devil in reverse and the Eight of Wands could greatly benefit from just allowing whatever emotions that you've been holding back with this heart space, this density, right, that I felt in your heart space, to flow through and flow freely and to be communicated, whether you're saying it online or whether you're saying it, to someone else, or whether you're just speaking it when you're by yourself. Some of you guys need to allow this to come in. Others of you, these are to come out. Others of you, these are messages that you need to allow to come in. It's like there's a restriction on the communication, how clearly the messages that are coming in, how clearly you're seeing things. Because it's like you don't want to be offended, or you don't want to feel like you're being taken down a few notches, okay? But when in reality, the thing is, and other people's opinions of you, they don't really have to hold any weight, I mean, they don't have to mean anything to you other than, maybe I could see from their perspective. Let's see, and let's really self-evaluate and see if that's true. Is it true that I don't feel grounded in my beliefs and that I feel like I have to project my beliefs onto other people? Is it true? Right? Is it true that, someone that is it true that if I feel called out by someone that I have to automatically just block them and just shut that out and be like, yeah, they're a fucking idiot? Or can I sit there and be so stable in my own energy to self-evaluate and be like, okay, thank you for your feedback, you know? Even if you feel like it's uncalled for, even if you feel like this person is coming off as self-righteous, is it true that you have to react in that way? This is like, you know, really understanding. This is really understanding that you don't have to. Everybody is not going to view you the way that you view yourself. Okay. There's a seriousness here about how you're being viewed. Okay, what's the energy that needs to be released? What energy does Sagittarius need to release, please? Yeah, strength. So we have, this is more about the ego here. Okay, some of you, this is an energy that you need to release regarding always having to be the strong one, always having to be the one who has it all together. It's like some of you here have done so much fucking work and, you know, you've tamed the ego to the best of your ability up until this point. You've done a great job of that, right? And I do see that here with the Devil in the reverse and the Eight of Wands. And, you know, that has skyrocketed your growth. Okay. But the energy that I'm seeing that needs to be released here is like you are holding back. You're holding yourself back from your 10 of Cups that you really want. By allowing yourself to always be the one that has it all together. You're forcing yourself to always be the one that has it all together. Some of y'all need to let some of this, like, y'all have like pent up, there's something about pent up energy here that y'all need to release. Because you're holding back. You're holding yourself back from feeling, maybe it's anger, maybe it's frustration. Nobody has it all together all the time. Let's be honest, okay? Nobody has it all together all the time. Nobody. And, you know, there's some energies here of just harnessing the instinctive power that you have, because it's like you're analyzing so much that you're not going with your instincts. You're keeping yourself too chained up. There's something that you want to do, whether it's speak on something, love someone, let someone in, okay? And I feel like it's letting someone in. You want to open yourself up somehow, and I'm seeing that is what you're afraid to do, but you're holding back. What's the energy that Sagittarius needs to embody, please? You need to embody the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, releasing this. Like, you know, for you to become stable the way that you know that you can be, okay? There's a lot of root chakra energy here. A lot of root chakra energy here. You're going to have to release whatever this blockage is with the Page of Cups in the reverse. And that might make you come off as a little bit unstable. You're trying so hard to be the stability, to be the love, to be the light. Like they're calling for you to embrace your shadow right now. You are not going to have it all together all the time. Okay? Some of y'all might just need to communicate and let something slip so you can see. It's like, all right, with this Page of Cups in the reverse, some of you guys are going to communicate with someone or have either an altercation or a communication with someone that all of a sudden you're going to have words that are going to come out of your mouth and you're going to be like, what the fuck? I never act like that. I never speak like that. But it's because you have, the reason why that experience has to happen or had to happen for you, this could have happened already because this is timeless and it's general, is because there were deep subconscious energies that you were hiding from yourself that needed to come out. And the only way that you were able to have them come out is if someone, another soul, came forward and agreed to trigger that for you. Okay. And I think it's in the form of somebody triggering you and like causing you to have some sort of argument or act out in some sort of childish way where you're like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. And it's going to catch you off guard. And you're like, I don't know why I acted like that. That's because the reason why is because you're not meant to hold this back all the time. It's almost like you're hiding the fact that you're not perfect. Okay. There's like a sense of perfectionism here. And it's like, I can feel from y'all when I say that someone, you know, Sagittarius, one of y'all is just like, well, I know I'm not perfect. And it's like that sense of offendedness, like let yourself go there. Some of y'all have been really focused on, I got to walk straight and narrow. I got to be in the love and light. I can't get offended. I can't get it. But sometimes that darkness, sometimes that offense that we take, you know, you don't want to be there all the time, but it takes balance. And sometimes those energies where you feel like you're down in the fucking gutter and you go there, that brings on a true transformation for you. Okay? All right, what's the action? The Judgment in reverse. Yes, awakening. To see that, okay, so the action that you need to take is allow yourself to go there. Allow yourself to have a momentary lapse of reason with the Judgment in reverse, okay, Sagittarius, because you need to go there and be able to see where maybe you were trusting your ego instead of your intuition. Crown chakra here in the reverse. This is Pluto energy. This is an unblocking of the transformation that needs to happen. You need to see those areas that you were not aware of within the self. Because I feel like some of you guys have been on this spiritual journey for so long and you're just like, yes, I've tamed the ego. I've went through an ego death. It's like, no, baby. We go through ego deaths every other day around this motherfucker. I don't know about y'all, okay? But there is always something to heal. There is always a lesson to learn. There is always growth to be had. There is always another transformational journey to embark on. Shit, I've had like 3 dark night of the souls, okay? You know? And it's just like, there's someone here who it's like, you know, yeah, I've done a lot of growth and that these people just aren't on my frequency, so I can't connect with them. But let me tell you, yes, it is good to create boundaries. It is good to, you know, cut people out of your life sometimes when you need to. It is good to do those things. However, Sagittarius, you need connection with other people to trigger these awakenings. There's a side of you, and it has to do with your inner child, okay? That will be triggered, that will be coming out. And I feel like you're going to feel like you took yourself down a few notches. You're going to realize the areas that you had not grown as much as you thought you had. And some of you, this really has to do with shutting other people out, choosing not to communicate with other people, choosing not to have relationships with other people. Oh, I could find someone better. Oh, I don't want to associate with them. And it's like there's a sense of loneliness here that I'm getting. Okay? Yes, there is some good in cutting out individuals or relationships or situations, people, places, circumstances, situations, and things that do not serve us, right? There is good in that. There absolutely is good in that. And we all should do that. But I think you just made a little bit, you used the chopping block a little bit too much, okay, Sagittarius, is what I'm feeling, you know. You let the ego be tamed a little too much, and the truth of it is we need the ego for this incarnation. We need it for this lifetime. The ego is what helps us learn. It's what helps us grow. It's what helps protect us. And I think that you've done some like Jedi mind trick on yourself where you think that you are turning people down for your sense of self-worth, or you think that you are cutting out or avoiding, right? Avoiding people, places, whatever, situations or energies, because it's like you're thinking that, no, that doesn't resonate with my frequency. I don't really want it. But you're attracting, the thing is, you're attracting situations so that you can learn. You're attracting energies towards yourself. There's an attraction factor here with the quantum law of attraction, so that you can still learn. There's a lesson that you've been avoiding here. Yeah, let's go ahead and move forward and see. Okay, this is a Triggers Oracle deck. I feel like there's a little bit of self-esteem stuff going on here, because I feel like your spiritual journey may have put you on a path to really starting to love yourself more and respect yourself and cut off those individuals. Like you went through that. You know, there's a lot of readers, Sagittarius, who are like, you know, cut out the people that are holding you back and this and that. And it's like, you know, you've been through that. You've already cut off these people that are holding you back. You chose the paths that you knew were right for you. You got yourself out of situations and relationships where you knew you weren't being valued, but now you're so terrified of opening up that you're evading your 10 of Cups, or you feel like this 10 of Cups energy is continuing to evade you. But the fact of the matter is, I'm seeing here that this is something within you that you're not aware of. It's something that about how your heart is not open. There's a small compartmentalized area of your heart that you're not aware of is totally shut down and out of operation. Okay. Okay, one more little shuffle. All right, what from the Triggers Oracle, please? I also feel as though there might be a sense of you feeling judged or judging others a little too harshly, okay? Like if someone makes a mistake, okay, then it's just like, you know what? If someone judges you too harshly, it's like you just want to cut them off. But, you know, like I was saying before, the opinions of others don't have to control you, because when you feel like, you know what, and I've been through this, like, you know, when you feel like, oh my God, I can't have this person in my life anymore because, you know, they're just really judgmental. Well, you can distance yourself a little bit, or you can be able to associate with that person if they're not 100% toxic. I'm not telling you to stay around people who are, but you can associate with that person without taking their judgments to heart. Okay. All right. And also, if you feel like there's someone who makes a mistake, Sagittarius, there's someone who may have made a mistake around you, and it's like if they make a mistake, even if you have or have not made that same mistake before, like let me put it this way. All right, let me put it this way. There's this girl who you know, I used to be around because of, you know, let's say ex-in-laws, okay? There's a girl that I used to be around, and I don't have to be around her anymore, really, because, you know, I'm not married to the same person anymore. And she really hurt me. She said some shit to me that, like, I used to be on antidepressants a long time ago, okay? Around that time. And she was saying something about how, we were talking about the military, and I was just like, yeah, you know, it's a lot for people to go through whenever they go in the military, and, you know, especially if someone's like screaming in your face in boot camp, and I was like, it's just a lot to go through, and, you know, it's not my cup of tea. Like, I'm meant to do what I'm doing now, you know, with readings and stuff like that. And she made a comment of, well, they wouldn't let you in anyway because you're fucking crazy, because you take, you know, antidepressant medications, and you take this and this. And I'm just like, I was very upset. I was just like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? What a bitch, you know? And my ego got triggered, and it was, you know. Now, I'm going to say about 4 months ago, I saw this person on TikTok. They have an account that's pretty new on TikTok. And she was posting things about mental health. She was posting things about mental health and it looked like from her account, she was trying to encourage people. So my ego got triggered, and I was like, what the hell? This bitch is trying to encourage people about mental health when she totally talked shit about me for being on antidepressants and called me crazy? What the fuck? Fuck her, da da da, right? That's what my ego was in at first. And then Spirit said, whoa, Eddie, no, you need to stop. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Right? Because she shamed me. She shamed me for being on antidepressants. I was on fucking Prozac for depression and anxiety. Okay? And Buspirone and whatever else. She shamed me for those things. And she laughed. She laughed. She made fun of me. And she made other people laugh at me. And judged me wrongly. Okay? She didn't fucking know anything about me. Right? And I was like, excuse me, bitch? Like, Spirit, how the fuck am I supposed to let that go when she's out here being such a fucking hypocrite? Okay? That's how I felt. And Spirit said, Eddie, you don't know what I've been doing with her behind the scenes. Spirit said, you don't know what I've been doing with her behind the scenes. You have no idea what she's been through since that situation. Spirit could have done anything, put her through any type of situation, or had her experience any type of situation that could have her make a complete 180 as far as how she feels. Is it a little hypocritical? Sure, but am I going to let that go and forgive? Yes, because I have done the exact same things. So, I chose to release that, and I chose to send her, because technically that's like evil eye or sending negative energy to her with those thoughts that I had at first. I had to let that go, and I had to be like, okay, thank you, Spirit, for giving me that perspective. Thank you, Spirit, for softening my heart. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me that the same way that I used to be involved in all types of situations and hang out with certain types of people and doing drugs and drinking and all of that fucking shit, which I don't judge anybody if they want to do anything like that anyway now. The same way I used to be a completely different person, Spirit dealt with me and showed me all kinds of amazing lessons, and I had to deal with a lot of karmic lessons. And I am a completely different motherfucking human being than I was. I'm different than I was last week, okay? And the fact that I've grown so much, it helps me understand that no judgment here, because you never know what Spirit is doing and how Spirit is dealing with somebody behind closed doors. Okay? And because of that judgment and because of that shame, I used to cut everyone out. And that was my first instinct when I saw her on TikTok. I was like, oh, there's that bitch. I can't believe she's doing that. Let's block this bitch. That way she doesn't have an opportunity to hurt me again. And Spirit said, no, you don't need to block her. You don't need to be in an energy of avoidance. And that's what I was picking up on, is this energy of avoidance. Avoidance to keep from feeling rejected. We have, when my feelings of shame surface, I will avoid everyone close to me. When my feelings of shame surface, I will avoid everyone close to me. Okay? This is a little shadow work oracle, so we're going to pull from this. Yeah, so maybe this is about you seeing how Spirit might be dealing with someone else who hurt you. And some of you might be having thoughts of like, well, I would never do that. I would never do that to this person. I would never do, but it's like, you're not them and they're not you, right? Respecting another person's path. Okay. We have jealousy. Your past wounds need healing. Work on your self-love. You are far greater than you know. Interesting. The jealousy. And codependency at the bottom of the deck. This is a relationship addiction. You are relying too heavily on the other person for your sense of self-worth. Give yourself more self-love. Okay, some of you, what I'm getting from this is that you've been through that codependency. I feel like you went through that, and that is, when we have an energy that Spirit wants us to heal, or something that hurt really bad, or a karmic lesson that hurt really bad, what we'll do is we'll put all of our life force energy and all of our focus on avoiding that thing, right? So you guys went through that energy of feeling codependent or feeling like you had to have your worth be determined by someone else outside of you. And I feel like you've healed that so much so to the point where you're not even wanting to connect with someone, and you're missing out on your 10 of Cups. Because I don't feel like codependency is an issue anymore. I feel like you've worked on it very much so, to the point where you're not even allowing yourself to share or depend or have any type of true connection with anyone else at all. Okay? And with the jealousy thing coming up, I am getting that if someone does give you some sort of like criticism or makes you feel any type of way where you feel rejected, where they don't agree with you, where they view you in a different way, okay? This is like they don't approve of you. You didn't get the approval that you wanted or something like that. Okay? What it is, I feel like some of you guys might come out and be like, well, this person's just jealous. So they felt like they needed to take me down a few notches. But I don't see that. I don't see anybody truly being jealous of you. I don't feel that. I'm feeling like that might be something that you tell yourself with this Judgment in reverse as a means of avoiding the true work that you need to do on yourself. Okay, let's look at this one from this deck here. We have recognized the potential before you adapt accordingly. Recognize the potential before you adapt accordingly. I feel like there's someone, like I was saying, I feel like there's someone that wants to connect with you that you're not allowing. You push them away. Sorry, y'all. I thought my phone was on silent. You push them away, but you're not seeing you're not enabling yourself to envision what the connection could be. One more, please. Inaction causes stagnation. It's time to expand your horizons and welcome new opportunities. Yeah, you're not allowing yourself to bring in these new opportunities. You're keeping yourself held back, okay? The Eight of Wands does speak of action and confidence. Because the sense of self-righteousness that I'm feeling, right? The sense of, no, I'm better than that. No, I can hold back because I just feel like I could have something better. It's like you're waiting for something better, but you're missing out on the things that it could be for you. Great potential you're not seeing because you might be judging them too harshly. But see, that's the thing is, the self-righteousness sounds like, oh, you think you're better than them. But it's really not that you think you're better than them. It's because you're afraid of being hurt again. Okay? It's a sense of protection that you're trying to give yourself. Your energies could be better spent. Consider what is slowing you down and make changes. There's a lot of energy here. There's a lot of energy here being spent on protecting yourself instead of opening up. Let's look at this self-esteem deck. We have give yourself the space to heal. Past emotional pain will continue to manifest in different forms until you process it and give it a defined value. Yeah. These are your past emotions that are coming up from the past pains that you've experienced that are manifesting. The rejection, okay? The feelings of shame that you felt. Once you stop putting out that frequency of people shame me, people reject me, people, then you're not going to attract that anymore. Resentment is building in your relationships because unspoken boundaries are being violated. Calmly express how you feel and where your boundaries lie. I also feel like some of you, there might be someone around you that they might be saying things that are true. They might be saying things that are true, or they might be saying things that are triggering to you. And it's like, if you need time to process that, that's totally fine. But there's someone around you that I'm feeling that's really giving it to you straight. And maybe they're not giving it to you at the right time, but it's triggering the shit out of you. And it's okay to give yourself, it says give yourself space to heal. So if you're not, maybe you need to take a break from that person. Pause the relationship with a person, but not forever, okay? You got to use your own judgment, because, like, this is general. Okay? Because I do see that there's potential here for a relationship that you can have with someone that's beautiful. Whether it's a friendship or a family or a marriage or whatever this is. Platonic or romantic, whatever. But I feel like someone here is saying things that are triggering you, triggering wounds that need to be healed. And you either act like what they're saying doesn't apply and there is no wound to heal, which we know that's not right, or you completely shut them off. Like, there is no in-between with you, and Spirit is saying, like, it's okay to have an in-between. You don't have to completely cut off everybody that triggers you that way, okay? You can give yourself some time and space to process and heal what they're saying, and then you might be able to decide after you do that healing work whether or not you want to have a relationship with them. See, and at the bottom of the deck it says, a difference of opinion does not instantly imply that your character is under attack. Consider if you get defensive because you are feeling devalued. Consider if you get defensive because you are feeling devalued. Yeah, I feel like there's someone who you feel like they don't see your worth. But does that really matter if you do? Okay? And right underneath that, it says the behavioral issues that are bothering you about others are reflections of your own. Use this awareness to inspire change. The Judgment card is awareness. Okay, they said no anxiety deck. We're not going to pull from that one. We're going to pull from this one, and then at the very end, we're going to pull from the Straight No Chaser deck, which is probably the most brutal deck I have. Okay, and then we're going to pull from the Mood Crystals deck. Yeah, inner child. Okay, this is something that's stemming from childhood, okay? Maybe you had a lot of criticism from either a parent that made you feel ashamed of who you were, that made you feel rejected. There could be some abandonment issues here as well that you might need to work on. So instead of feeling like you can connect with other people confidently, okay, you might just cut everybody out, but it's a lonely life. And you tried so hard to not be what they said that you were, right? The way that they judged you harshly. Because nobody, they might have expected you to be perfect. Nobody's meant to be perfect. And you tried so hard to go and be exactly what, the opposite of what they tried to shame you for and what they told you that you were. That now you're missing out on other opportunities to actually grow. Okay, what do we have for Sag, please? Yeah, free will. It's up to you. It's up to you as to whether or not you want to take this opportunity to learn, okay? Okay, and we have warning. And we have wasted efforts and losses. Okay, yep, and see, that's what I'm saying. You're missing out on something that is beautiful. You have divination at the bottom of the deck. So maybe you guys are involved in divination. Okay, or maybe you got a reading from someone that spoke the truth to you and you rejected it. Okay? Because I know personally as a reader, I'm getting hot. I know personally as a reader, sometimes I'll give readings to people and, if they get triggered, I can always tell, because the person's like, well, I never do that. I would never do that. That's not me. And they reject the messages that are coming out. And it's like, listen, okay, I'm just reading the energy. If you don't want to take what I'm saying and use it, fine. The fact that you're getting offended, that's why I have a no refund policy. Because a lot of the times what I say, people are just like, that's not me. I don't need to work on that. I've already healed that. And it's like, well, you're just not hearing it. You know, you're missing out on opportunities for growth. And I mean, that's just how it's been a few times. I think I've only had a few people. They're like, I don't do that. I don't push people away. Well, yeah, you do, honey, because that's what I'm getting here. And I only read what spirit wants me to read, you know. And I'm not saying that that's you, Sagittarius, but I mean, a little bit. I've had to say that before. I've had to say that before to some of my clients, you know, and they never came back after that. And that's fine. See, that's the thing, is I'm not going to be one of those readers who is going to stroke your ego. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Who's going to stroke your ego and tell you what you want to hear. No, no, no. That's not the contract I have with the divine. I'm not going to create negative karma for myself doing that. I'm going to tell you what the hell you need to hear and what spirit wants you to know. So it's up to you. You have an opportunity that you want to take here, that you can take here. Okay? But your spirit is warning you that if you do not choose to take this opportunity to either connect with this person before they walk away, to see that you're shutting everybody out, to see the ways that you might be fooling yourself into thinking that you're really truly open, or that you've done all the work, or that, you know, oh, I've transformed my ego, and it's like, no, there's more work for you to do. There's a way that you might be missing out on something, okay? You're at risk of losing something beautiful, losing a connection with someone, losing an opportunity to learn. Self-reflection, not projection, my dear. This jealousy card here, that would be the projection. Okay? I feel like someone's just like, yeah, they would only say that because they're jealous of me. You gotta really self-reflect and see if that's true. Okay, one flipped. This is the straight no chaser deck. It is very, very blunt. They think you are weak. Okay. So, you know, this is about, all right, I don't think you're weak. I think you're quite strong, Sagittarius, but here's what I'm getting here. This is the energy that they wanted you to release, the Strength card. Okay? You're trying to be the strong one all the time. Okay? This could be holding back emotions, refusing to connect with people on an emotional level, refusing to actually show your heart, refusing to self-reflect. And you're thinking that makes you come off as strong, but really people are not seeing you that way. The way that you think that you're projecting your energy, the way that you think you're coming off is not how you think, is not how you're actually coming off. Okay? Okay, so for some of you, I'm going to read what I see here. This is, like I said, this shit's going to fucking piss some people off. It says you did something foul to your friend and you should apologize. So some of you, if you really need to apologize, if you really need, right? You got the Page of Cups in the reverse in the embody. They want you to embody either giving or receiving an apology. They want you to embody that energy of forgiveness. Oh, but I don't think you really want to. And I could sit here with that lady's, you know, what she did. I could be like, why the fuck should I have any type of, like, grace with her? Why should I not block that bitch? I mean, she was terrible to me, this and this and that. And it's like, yeah, that person wasn't nice to me. But I could still put myself in her shoes, and I can still see that she's a soul on a spiritual journey, learning things. Your insecurities are pushing them away. Yeah, so the fear of connecting with other people is keeping you from really enjoying the beautiful, abundant connection, this 10 of Cups. The marriage, the long-term family, the connection, the family with kids, the white picket fence, whatever it is for you. The insecurities. Okay, so these two are what we want here. So these are the crystals that they want you to work with here. There's definitely more than one here. So we have courageous. So it says when we are energetic and transformational flow. Yeah, you're in the middle of a transformation, but you have to release these emotions, and you have physical emotions here. It says courageous. When we are courageous, we feel like we can do anything, and it gives us a willingness to drive and stand up for what we want. Being brave is the ability to rise above danger with the strength to overcome it. Courage is a great teacher of facing our fears in order to take a leap of faith. So some crystals that you can use to help you maintain this courageous energy and face your fear, right, of connecting is copper. Copper purifies your emotional self. It asks you to abandon preconceived ideas that hold you back and gives you courage to trust that the universe is steering you in the right direction. And you have chrysocolla. Look within, find your will center, and draw energy into your heart. This stone opens the heart to grace so that you may recognize and cherish inner talents and express yourself fully. There's that grace energy and opening the heart I was talking about. And then you have dioptase. Dioptase radiates with perseverance. It fills any areas of depletion within. This stone can recalibrate your mental and emotional landscape when you are feeling defeated. We also have ruby. Ruby helps you face the dangers of self-sabotaging behaviors and transmits potent energy to shift you away from behaviors that hold you back. Its energy surges forward, clearing space within your emotional landscape. More crystals to try are grossular garnet, golden labradorite, and aventurine. Powerful stone combinations are copper and chrysocolla, copper and ruby, and grossular garnet and dioptase. Okay, so there's a little piece of copper there. And then we have worthy. At the surface level, being given recognition brings a feeling of worthiness. Delving deeper, worth is tethered to how well we treat or think about ourselves. When we value ourselves and act in accordance with those beliefs, it gives us a sense of purpose and belonging. I feel like someone didn't see you the way that you, I don't know, I feel like you thought you were going to be praised, or you thought they were going to stroke your ego and they didn't. Okay? All right. Let's see, it says, when we value ourselves and act in accordance with those beliefs, it gives us a sense of purpose and belonging. And pictured here is blue and green tourmaline. Okay, so crystals to help with the energy of worthiness, to help you feel worthy, are blue and green tourmaline. Blue and green tourmaline act as accelerators to the heart. This stone expands self-worth and teaches self-love and devotion. It redirects away from a low mood or centers you with patience and unconditional love. Emerald guides you to self-respect and inspires the feelings, I am enough. It shows you to honor your uniqueness and embody the totality of the value you bring to relationships. Lepidolite, an emotional peacemaker. Lepidolite gently dissolves negative self-talk and facilitates relaxation. It caresses the exposed edges of a wounded heart and teaches kindness. And Larimar opens the heart to self-acceptance and encourages you to examine if your current beliefs are in alignment with your self-worth, burning away the falseness of self-doubt and restoring your true value. More crystals to try are spirit quartz and ruby, also lapis lazuli. Powerful stone combinations are ruby and zoistite, blue-green tourmaline and lepidolite, and Larimar and lepidolite. All right, Sagittarius. So, that is what I have for you. Okay. Keep in mind that, like I said, this reading is not going to be for everyone. If you were helped by this reading in any way, shape, or form, please don't hesitate to like, comment, share, hit subscribe if you want to know when I post new readings or when I go live. I do offer free reading lives where I answer your questions and pull cards for you for free. So keep in mind, I do that, try to do that about once a week. Okay, so thank you for tuning in if you made it this far. I love you guys so very much, and many blessings to you until next time. Bye.